Hello, everyone! The 74th episode had been finally released a few days ago, and at this point, I've rewatched it a couple times more in order to find some secrets that I could have missed in my analysis that I've made on the same day it got out. Because the episode itself was so huge and overblown with secrets and crazy events that I had to omit some details to pay more attention to the crazy plot arc that was happening before our eyes. Otherwise, my analysis would be an hour long or something, and that would be way too insane. So today I'm going to discuss all the secrets of episode 74 that I didn't have time to cover in my previous video. And in the end of this video, I'll also analyze what change Boom made to the episode after its release, and what important leak he posted. So get your tea and snacks ready, and prepare to watch this video to the end, because I saved the most important part for later. And let's go. And I would like to start this video with something funny first. So do you remember this sassy reference to Dom Studios' Skibidi Multiverse, when Elite TV Man saw a cap of pencils, a drill, and a clock on the table, and then just angrily brushed it off somewhere? And before that, I've also noticed some suspicious similarity with the scene from the second episode of Skibidi Genesis by Chasing Skylar, when Elite TV Man also used the head of his defeated Skibidi opponent to open the door in the Skibidi base. And as it turned out later, there were even more references to different Skibidi multiverses in this episode that just were a little bit more subtle. So in parallel to this video, I was also preparing the analysis of the freshest Skibidi Wars episode by Virulence for my second channel. And while I was doing it, I noticed something really interesting. I realized that the general design of Elite TV Man seemed very much inspired by Virulence graphic design and color palette. And do you know who this guy reminded me of exactly? He looks really similar to Plunger TV Man, and guess which episode he starred in? It was also episode 74 of Skibidi Wars. Is it really just a coincidence? Yeah, sure, maybe. But after all the other references to multiverses that I've noticed in this episode, I don't really think that way. That's a small planet for real, my fellas. And then I also stumbled upon this comment by one of my subscribers which stated that the infected humans with no toilet tanks that really reminded me of zombies at first was also a reference to the multiverse by the creator named No Skill Clutch. And I found this comparison really interesting. So the thing is, in the multiverse by No Skill Clutch, everything happens in reverse. So the members of the Alliance are sitting in toilets, and Skibidi are placed in the human bodies but still behave as they are infected with the virus. And the design of Skibidi Man is indeed pretty similar to the appearance of those infected humans with rotten brains that were shown to us by Boom in episode 74. But on the other hand, I kind of doubt that it can be called a full stop reference because Boom just decided to show us the infected humans without toilet tanks. And by the way, just as I said in the actual analysis of the episode, I'm pretty sure that there is a reason behind this decision. And aside from that, there isn't something that would really connect the multiverse of No Skill Clutch with the original Skibidi Toilets by Boom. But thanks for your comparison anyway, bro, because I always like reading my subscribers' theories and observations in the comments below. And speaking of such observations, I also noticed that some of my subscribers were writing to me that I didn't say much about the Astro Arm that could be seen in TV Men Laboratory where Elite TV Man teleported to. But I did point out this arm in my analysis, guys. I just didn't tell you the crazy theory connected to this detail, as I am planning to make a separate video about it and TV Men in the series. So be sure to subscribe to my channel not to miss this upcoming video, because I can promise you that it's going to be just insane in the good way. And also don't forget to join my Discord channel, where you can contact me directly and even get featured in my videos, as I am always reading your theories that you write in there. Okay, so if you are subscribed now, let's continue. And the other interesting detail that I noticed while watching the episode but didn't tell much about is that the scream that the hypnotized Skibidi soldier was releasing in this scene sounds so much more humane if we'll compare this scream to the previous sounds that Skibidi used to make before getting destroyed. So maybe Boom added more humanity to this voice in order to make the whole scene even more cruel or unsettling, or maybe we'll get the other side of the story soon that may also resemble the current plot arc in Dom Studios' Multiverse, where it turned out that the Skibidi is not the evil ones after all. So maybe in the future episodes we'll learn more about Skibidi perspective, and how they are the victims in this confrontation too. Plus, Boom said that humans will play their role in the lore of the series, so it can add up pretty easily. And the other thing that I noticed while re-watching the episode was this mysterious shot that, as far as I know, also got so many people excited. So when I was analyzing the actual episode, I thought that it was some glitched image at first, so I let it slip. But now, as I paid more attention to it, I can see now that it may not be a glitch, but rather something more cryptic. And I know that right now lots of people are assuming that it may be a sign for the new race to appear. So everyone started remembering about Computermen being teased by Boom in episode 44 and how he dismissed this idea afterwards. But based on this blurry image, lots of people are expecting Computermen to return. And what do I think of it? Well, it would be definitely cool, but what would be the actual point for Boom to do so? Right now, I see only one possible reason for introducing the new race, and it's to reinforce the alliance that looks much weaker in comparison with Astro Toilets now. But still, that would be a pretty sudden choice, and it's still possible that it was not a Computerman on this screen, but another TV man. Although I'm not gonna lie, the idea about getting a completely new race in Skibidi Toilets by Boom would be really refreshing. Okay, and now it's time to mention some really popular theory at the moment that I didn't address in my video analysis, although I was thinking about it. But as it was just my theories as well, I decided to include it to some other video, for example, and it's regarding Titan Cameraman and his fate at the end of episode 74. So we all have been preparing ourselves for one of the Titans passing for a really long time, and there were so many indications about it. I mean, let's just take this pitch-black leak that Boom had published on his Skibidi store page, and it looked like a warning sign for someone significant who would pass away. So it's no wonder that Titan Cameraman is gone, right? Well, not really, because right now a lot of people are speculating that he can be, in fact, still alive. And it's due to the thing that we haven't been shown his lifeless body. We were shown how he decided to play hero and crash as many Astro Toilets as possible before his final breath. So he disappeared in the horizon while the other Titans were shown horrified and heartbroken. But we all know perfectly well, especially based on Simp Cameraman's example, that if Boom didn't show us someone's body and declared that this person is truly gone, then there's always hope for a great comeback. So of course I'd gladly support this wholesome theory, although let's not forget that the destruction of one of the Titans were hinted to us by Boom for a really long time. So it would still be logical to assume that Titan Cameraman wasn't meant to actually come back. But the future will tell. And now let's move on to the most recent updates from Boom regarding episode 74, because he continues doing something very untypical for him now. So first of all, let's take a look at the leak that Boom published after the release of the actual episode, which seemed to be really unusual to me, but whatever you cook, bro, I guess. Also, it's not really a leak though, but rather a changed thumbnail to episode 74. And it depicts the greatly injured Titan Cameraman the seconds before he decided to fit into the role of a desperate hero and smash all the Astro Toilets around him, as well as give us another most heartbreaking moment since Plungerman's and the Dark Speakerman's passing. And Boom also gave a mini description to this picture which stated, "Astro Arc has begun," meaning that right now the plot of Skibidi Toilets has entered a totally new chapter. And just as Boom promised to us before in different interviews, right now the focus of our attention will be directed at Astro Toilets, the hierarchy of their fraction, and where they're gonna strike next. And as I started speaking of these guys, now let's address the changed description under the 74th episode. And if at the release there was just one big word, "what," that didn't describe anything to us, then now Boom changed it to a more concrete sentence. And now the description looks like this, where it's being written, "Astro Fleet invades the Earth." And it only proves the ominous warning that the secret agent was giving to Plungerman at the end of the third part of episode 70 before eliminating him. The secret agent said that Astro Toilets are a new big threat appearing on the horizon, which implied that Skibidi Toilets won't be a big enough threat anymore, even considering how powerful G-Man seemed to be in the moment when these words had been said. And we could also guess that the motif of Astro Toilets would be to try to conquer the Earth as well, competing with the Skibidi virus in that sense. And this description proves what we all had been thinking back at the days, as it means that Astro Toilets are truly here and they have already started the process of invasion. And it also means that previously to that they worked in collaboration with Skibidi Toilets for quite a short period of time, only to learn as many secrets about both Skibidi and the Alliance as possible, so that no one would stand in their way anymore. And Boom also used the word fleet, together with this invasion. So now we know that it was not only some randomly organized group of Astro Toilets, but the whole part of Astro Army that was ready to strike. And now we also know that this incredibly big Astro that appeared to be the last is called Astro Mothership, and it is possibly the core of the fleet. And I can say that so far this invasion started incredibly strong, and it may even seem that the Alliance has no chance against Astro Toilets anymore. But what if I'll tell you that the chance in fact is still there, and it's connected directly to G-Man? And if you want to know more about this theory, I'll make a separate video about it next, where I'll connect all the dots and the information we got from episode 74. And that was all for today. I really hoped you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, hit the like and subscribe buttons, and don't forget to also join my Discord server where you can communicate with each other freely and share your own theories with me. And also don't forget to turn on your notifications not to miss my new awesome videos. And that was me, ISOTOILET. See ya!